Hey, this is Max. I'm here with the 7th day recap and update. Plus, I'm going to pull some keys today and show you how the key pulls can work. So after 7 days, I am facing still T2. I am almost up to Ashley and maybe able to take her down, but right now the car is still not quite ready for the paint race. But it is ready to take her on for at least the first boss race. Why are we still stuck on T2? Well, because it takes a while to build a car in this game to the point where it can be fast enough to take down the bosses. So despite all my efforts in the last few days, KJ's car is not quite ready for the big final showdown. It's not a slow car right now. Let's see, it should run about 12. I didn't shift all that well, but it wasn't a terrible shift either. Let me see how well we did. Not bad. Okay, 12.109 isn't going to be enough to beat the paint race. That's what I'm waiting on to do before. Well, what I'm waiting on really is have my car ready with a margin of safety to take on the final boss to get her car. So I know that the final run should be a low 12.0. 1208, 1205, something like that. You don't want to barely be running 12.0s and then taking the boss on, so you're going to keep waiting. I've stripped a lot of FRSs so far to try to get the number of fusions I need to get this done. In fact, I've spent probably close to, I would say, 200,000 in buying cars. I'm at 22 out of 45 fusions. But the reason I'm not doing better than this is because, well, here you go. I have a lot of duplicates. Since you only get 2 fusions from stripping each car you bought, that's not a great thing. You know, that's 5 cars wasted that I bought, and those fusions are just not being used. It's unfortunately the nature of the game. You will have to get used to this. You're going to be buying a lot of cars, stripping them, and getting duplicates. Sometimes the entire car's fusions you manage to get are all duplicates, and you want to throw your tablet across the room. But that's the reality of this game. You just have to get used to it and kind of roll with it. Again, patience is what this game is about. It's meant to burn your time. You play it because you like it and you don't mind spending time. Hey, just be patient, keep playing, you'll get there. Now, we're going to pull keys. I managed to, over the past 7 days, save up 255 silver keys, which gives us 5 pulls. You go to the rare imports where Donna Banks, probably the most hated character in this game, randomly pulls cars for you that have stars. First car, we got a 2-star. Let's deliver it, see what we got. And it is Tier 2 Mercedes AMG A45. Not a bad car, but a bad car for beginners. Mainly because Mercedes-Benz cannot be bought for money. You only can get them for gold or keys. And as a beginner, that is not a good car because it's going to take you forever to build it. Let's try again. Come on, Donna. It's the holiday season. Be nice. Come on. Oh, thanks. 1 star. Well, let's see what tier it is first. You can get a T1 or a T2 usually for 1 star. It might be a T1. I could use one. Nope. T2. VW Scirocco. Not a bad car for T2 actually, but same problem. While I can get fusions using VW GTI, I cannot get S6s for that car without spending gold. Not the car I was looking for. Come on, Donna. 3-star. Okay, well, we're sort of moving up here. Let's see what we got. 3-star car is usually not bad, but it could be bad depending on what she gives you. Alright, this is kind of a crappy car for T4. Hard to build because you can't get fusions. And not that great even after you build it. One of the garage dust gathering type cars that I'll end up owning and probably never modifying. Ooh, 4-star. Most likely the Prestige Cup car because that is a time 10 chance. Yes, it is. That's the Corvette Z06, which is the current season's Prestige Cup car that you have a time 10 chance of pulling with silver keys, and I got one. It's the teal color, which a lot of people actually like. I would have preferred black rims on it, but it's not a ugly car by any means. The downside to getting this Prestige car as a beginner, it's going to take you a while to get it built. 1 star again. Thanks, Don. I knew you would come through with crap. And you did. T1 Hyundai Veloster. The Veloster doesn't quite live up to its name. It's not a bad T1, but it's one of the few T1s where you can't buy it for money, and therefore you can't build it fast, and consequently it's a dust collector. So I just managed to pull myself 5 cars, all which, as a beginner player without a lot of gold, who doesn't plan to spend money, they're all pretty much long-term projects. And because we're trying to progress, long-term projects are not what we're looking for. Okay, now I'm struggling to try to move these things around to different garages because Jesse's forcing me to do it. This is meant as a tutorial to get you to learn how to shift your cars around the garages. It's really not that hard. I'm just making it look hard because for some reason I am unable to hold the car by holding my finger on the tablet. Let's try again. All right, let's leave. Reset. See, it's glitchy.
50% off with Sprint Flex on a Samsung Galaxy S8, S8 Active, or a Samsung Galaxy Note 8.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, so we got some goals. Let's see if we can. All right, so we move the cars back first. Let's see if I can get those goals collected real quick. Try to get my the right car onto the screen here. The GTI is currently set up in a pretty good position for live. I've been using it to collect those silver keys. Every 15 races you get 10 keys. 15 wins, I should say, you get 10 keys. So it's worth doing. And you want a T1 car or something that you already own that you can set up to win in T1 bracket in the live racing. So a quick look at the cars we got today. 2 Mercedes. Okay, it's a pretty car. Z06, great car. I really like it. And the Scirocco, which is also a pretty car and a good car for T2. All 5 cars I pulled will basically not be very useful to me for the near future. Plus, even though I pulled 5 keys, I managed to not get a single T3 or T5 car, which would have been nice if Donna spread it out and gave us, say, 1 from each tier. She didn't do that, and get used to that too. Donna will likely give you stuff that you don't want, need, or are duplicates. So at this point, I'm going to bite the bullet and buy a T3 car because I'm almost at T3 and I need some time to build it a little bit. So when I get to T3, I can hit the ground running. Ashley will give you a T3 car as her boss car that you win, but we know it's a Mercedes, and any Mercedes, it's hard to get fusions for. So it's not a car I'm going to be prioritizing like I did for KJ's car to try to take on T3 with. Instead, I'm going to buy this RS5 Coupe. If I were to recommend a car to buy for T3, my primary recommendation is always the BMW M4. That's the best car, and eventually that car can be stripped once you get the Tempest 1 boss car. But this is a good car for this season because the Christmas Cup is coming, and we know the RS5 Coupe is the one that you're going to be expected to use for that cup to get access. Hopefully that cup will give me some nice goodies, which means more key pulls and possibly a better, more favorable start car from Donna's key pull, phone calls. She always calls for a car, and she usually calls in a nice piece of junk for you. So let me pull my final bronze key and call it a night. Epic and a green Dodge. Not terrible, but not great. So it's back to the grind for me. I didn't get the cars I wanted, and I need to save up more money to build the cars that I did manage to pull. Have a good night. I'll see you next time.